Tonight, finally, a game. Bengals, Ravens, Monday Night Football. This should be a lot of fun tonight. You have two teams that I think will be neck and neck atop the AFC North. You have a series that's been really close in recent years. Should be a really great game, and it's a great opportunity for both teams because the winner of tonight's game, obviously, is going to have a game up on everybody else in the division, with both Cleveland and Pittsburgh losing yesterday. But if the Bengals can go on the road, win a game in this division, have a game up on everybody else, and then have in front of them the next 5 weeks very beatable opponents, all due respect to what Jacksonville did in Minnesota yesterday, and especially what RG3 did on the road in New Orleans yesterday afternoon, these next 5 are pretty winnable games. This team has a chance to get off to a really good start. They have a chance to get off to a great start if they win tonight. Now, with this game being the first one of the season, especially it being on Monday night, I've had a lot of time to think. And when I have a lot of time to think, I waffle, kind of like a politician. I have a hard time making up my mind. I change my mind a lot. It's why if you go to dinner with me and we have a really bad waiter, I am miserable to be around because the longer the waiter takes, the more time I have to stare at the menu, the more time I have to talk about what I'm going to get, the more I change my mind, the more miserable it is for you to sit across from me. So with this game, look, there is video that exists, and I don't think you have to look all that hard to find it. The video exists of me predicting a Bengals loss. But the more I think about this, the more optimistic I am, the better I feel about this. Now look, there's some big challenges for the Bengals tonight. I think of blocking Haloti Ngata, which even at full strength on the offensive line was going to be tough. Throw in the fact that Jeff Fain has been with the Bengals for less than 2 weeks. Throw in the fact that he's going to be bookended by a couple of guys with not that much experience in how good Haloti Ngata is. That's going to be tough. He can disrupt everything the Bengals are trying to do, especially on the ground. And when you think of the Ravens, you think of Ray Rice, and we have seen firsthand what Ray Rice has done against the Bengals before. We think of the long runs last season, especially in the final game of the regular season. He's a beast to stop. He's hard to stop on the ground. He's hard to stop in the air. And if he's productive, that Ravens offense, higher tempo this season, more speed downfield, is going to be tougher to stop. But I like the Bengals' chances tonight. I think this team's going to give Andy Dalton time. Terrell Suggs not being available is, I think, a bigger deal than those in Baltimore are making it out to be. And let's face it, they have suffered more losses than just Suggs on this defense due to free agency. I think they protect Andy Dalton. I think they give him time to throw. I think they give him time to throw downfield. I think they give him time to find some of those other targets that we've talked about for months. And I think of the Ravens on the offensive line. It is a unit that's been in flux, in transition, and is, frankly, old. I think the Bengals take advantage of that tonight. I think they get in the backfield. I think they pressure Joe Flacco, and I think they force Flacco to make some decisions that, given the fact they're trying to go a little bit more up-tempo, he's not necessarily going to be equipped to make in week number 1. I know they're excited in Baltimore about the fact that aside from Torrey Smith, they've got some burners on the outside. But I like Mike Zimmer against Joe Flacco, and I think the Bengals secondary, which, let's face it, has been an area of concern for months, I think the Bengals secondary is up to the challenge. I think the Bengals put some pressure on Joe Flacco. I think they force him into a mistake or two, and I think the Bengals win a close one. I'm going to say Cincinnati 23, Baltimore 20, a huge Week 1 win on the road, sort of like last year. The magnitude of beating Baltimore, slightly higher than beating the Browns. Nonetheless, I think it's going to be a great game, and I think the good guys are going to win, and I think we're going to be really excited heading into the home opener next week. So I'm calling my shot. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm shooting this in the morning. The game's at 7 o'clock. 23-20 Bengals win. Looking forward to talking about it tomorrow afternoon on ESPN 1530. Tweet me and tell me what you think. Tell me if you found the video of me predicting a loss. At MoEgger1530. You can also email me, mo@ESPN1530.com. And what the hell? Hoo-day!